What's up, everyone? Today we're talking about Sopranos Season 5. Oh, shit. Uh, why do I have headphones on? Again, I thought it's a really good. I mean, this show is just, objectively the greatest of all time, or at least top three with like Breaking Bad and The Wire. Uh, I thought it was. I'd say it's about the. I like it about as much as I did season four. It does some things better than. I feel like it's more like the longer. I like some storylines more like. It's hard to say. Like season four felt a little bit more. I don't want to say like sporadic, but it seemed a little bit more like random or out there, or I don't know the correct terminology I'm trying to convey, but this one is like I like the story arcs, like everything felt like a little bit more contained. Like overall, through the majority of the season, it's like you have the war between Little Carmine and Johnny Sacks, and like them like duking out and trying to uh, take over or have control after like Big Carmine dies and stuff up in I believe it's like New York and stuff like that. Thought that was really cool. Just seeing that kind of play out. Uh, it was interesting seeing Carr and Tony, be separate and like try to I don't know, just like navigate through that like with the kids and shit like that. I mean, there's a little soap drama like, but it was I thought it was interesting because we'd never really seen those characters in that position before. But I mean, obviously they're always like on the rocks and arguing and shit like that. But we've never really seen them like split up and like Tony's having to live at. I think it's like his mom's old house or something like that, and just like I mean, I'm pretty sure they were hinting at it in season four, but it's like Junior, his trial and like his whole mental uh, stability and stuff kind of coming into question more. And uh, like I thought like some of the new characters that they added, like I mean, because they got rid of Ralph, so it's like I feel like Steve Buscemi's character was a little bit of a like trying to replace Ralph, but his character wasn't really like him at all. He's like Tony Blundetto or Bundetto, or I can't remember his last name, but he he's like really smart and a little bit more like calculated and stuff. Like not like I mean, he has like difficulty with rage, but he's not like Ralph, where he's like a fucking psychopath or some shit. I mean, kinda, but you know what I mean. Like not on. It's not like Ralph, where he's just like, oh, some hoe like his mistress hit him, so he's gonna fucking beat her to death and cave her head and shit like that. Like I don't know. But I thought he was a good character. Um, Kind of reminded me like the foundations of Nucky Thompson or something. I don't know. It was cool seeing him in like a because I saw what is it, Boardwalk Empire before the show, so it's like to me, it's like it's cool seeing him in a gangster role again, even though this is beforehand. This would be like, they, people making that show probably saw uh, Nucky Thompson in his performance or something. It was like, oh shit, we should have him. But anyways, like he does a great performance, and his whole story was pretty cool. Uh, Kind of sad to see him go within one season. I wish he would have stuck around a little bit longer, but uh, overall, it's like just arcs like that. It was I don't know. I feel like a little like just done a little bit better than season four. Uh, the I don't know, like it's kind of hard because like I kind of like binge the season really quick, so it's like all of it's kind of a blur. Not like a blur, but like all kind of meshes together. Um, there feel like there was some like I mean, there's always some comedy in this show, but I feel like this one maybe not as actually yeah there was actually a good amount, kind of maybe not as much as season 4, but like the whole episode where Tony and Adriana, like they're going to get like coke at like 2 o'clock and they get into the car accident, and the game of telephone where they're just apparently it uh like it turns into like them just like get into a car crash, her giving him head, and like the paramedics found him with like she's still like sucking his cock or some shit. Like I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny. I mean, I seen that scene beforehand, and like sometimes like Sopranos shorts would be in in like my YouTube short like reels or whatever the hell they're called, and I had never planned on watching the show, so I'd like watch them once in a while, and that one was in there, and that was pretty funny. But uh, this shit like that, like the Artie, Tony, and AJ all like living at in the house together, like that was they had some like good scenes with that. Um, like Tony B, just like making fun of people and zinging people all the time was pretty funny. Uh, it's just I don't know, like they do a really good mixture of like seriousness, like drama and comedy. But I don't know. There's a lot of some things like go to culmination, like uh, Adriana and rat like being a rat for the FBI finally goes to a head, and like I think it's like towards the end of the season, like the last quarter. Uh, she ends up like confronting Chrissy about it, and he's actually gonna go with her and like go like they're actually like thinking about it, and then I don't know, it's weird, like you just saw this family come out of the gas station, like the dude just looked miserable, so he decide like he like that is not the life for me, so he rats her out, and she very sad seeing her go. Like I liked her character. I Yeah, it's a terrible way to go. Like yeah, it's just like it's a that scene is like a good example of like you love these characters and stuff, and like like Paulie and Sil and Tony, like oh like they're funny, and like yeah like oh they're just one of the boys or whatever. But then you see a scene like that where somebody that Sil, I assume he cares for Adriana. I mean, like they've known her for a while. Like Chrissy's, woman, like what, pretty much wife, and he's just like, I don't know, like his demeanor when he kills her is just like, oh shit, like you can just, I don't know, just like sheds a light, like yeah, these people are all just monsters. But anyways, I don't know. This show just does a really good job between like I don't know, just feeling like yeah, I don't. That's another topic, but just feeling like these, they're level, like makes you. I mean, you're watching a mobster show, but it's like you love these characters and like because they're charismatic, and like you see them in not situations not mobster like Tony's family, like he's like always trying to take care of his family for the most part. I mean, obviously there's scenes in this season like where he's having dinner with Janice and Bobby and like the kids and stuff, and he's pretty much acting like his mom, and he's just like shit talking Janice to the point where she starts trying to scrap him, and he just like laughs and like walks out, and that like the credits roll as he's like walking down the sidewalk. That's one of my favorite endings to an episode of The Sopranos. I thought that was hilarious, and it just shows like how much he is kind of like his mom. Uh, uh, but yeah, that kind of threw me off. But yeah, it's just like it shows like you know what I mean. Like you see them in like their everyday lives, and then like when they it's like you don't really think of them as being like shit, like terrible people that deserve the fates that they're getting until like, oh, they just whack this guy because some fucking simple at like he said something wrong, so like dude smashes a fucking bottle on his face and like blinds him and then beats the shit, like some fucking aggressive ass stuff like that. But or like with the Adriana, like he's like kind of mocking uh when they're like driving and he's like Chrissy, he's tough, he's resilient, he'll be fine. Like obviously talking about getting over her death. Like I don't know. Sometimes it's just like, damn, these people are fucking brutal. Uh, like I feel like they do a good job throughout the entire show of like blending that line. Kind of like uh, a show that like doesn't. It's not like a similar show, but like does a similar job with its character. It's like Dexter. It's like everybody loves Dexter. Like you don't want to see anything bad happen to Dexter. But there are a lot of times when he's doing shit where you're like, man, this dude deserves to be caught. Like he should be caught. He should be killed or whatever. But it's like you don't want that to happen. It's like such a very complicated, like conflicted relationship with like these characters. But anyways, I don't know this. I mean, it's not as good as the first three seasons. I feel like it's like seasons 1 and 2 was like building up. It's like you got how shows usually go. It's like they get in their stride, they hit their peak, and then it's like just cause. I mean, this is actually a pretty short show. It's only 6 seasons, like 60 some episodes. It's kind of like like Breaking Bad or what the fuck is it? Like I can't think of the name of the show, but like you have some shows that are just like they only stay for a little bit, like Better Call Saul or something. Like they come in, tell their story, and they come out without like staying too long and like overdoing it. This show definitely isn't doing that, but I feel like once it hit three, it's like it's still great, like arguably like the best television there is out there. But it's like you can tell like comparatively for their other seasons, it's like all right now it's a little bit like it's not like it's like poor writing or anything, but you can tell like the other stories were a little bit stronger. You know what I mean? Like storylines and arcs and stuff were a little bit stronger than like seasons 4 and 5, where it's like, kind of they hit their like the stride peak, and then they kind of like plateaued out. I'll say plateaued out, but it's overall it's still fucking magnificent TV. Um, yeah, I got this picture because I I will say like usually with like dream sequences or like episodes and shows where it's like it's all like a hallucination or a dream or something, I can usually follow it a little bit or like I don't feel lost. But every time Sopranos does anything like this, I'm fucking just I'm like I feel like I'm Junior when he's having an episode. Like it's fucking out there. But yeah, it's I don't know. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. Is I don't know. Again, just like good writing, good uh character arcs, like having these two like not like hate each other, but like you know what I mean. They want nothing to do with each other at the like beginning of the season, and then slowly, make their way and like now they're I mean, obviously some ground rules were set, but like now they're back together, and it's like they're all like living together, and I don't know. It's just this season, whereas like season 4 felt a little bit more like a season that's like a bridge, like connecting shit and like what I mean, like doing all this work of like connecting storylines and like moving stuff along and like setting things up for the long term. this season I feel like does a good job in like paying off a lot of them and also doing like its own thing. Uh, like its own like contained kind of season, like seasonal arcs and stories. But anyways, that's gonna be it for my review of season 5 of The Sopranos. Give it like season 4 a solid 9. You could argue both of those could be like a 9 to maybe 9.25, but I'd give it a 9. Um Again, I don't know. I love this show. I'm probably going to have to end up buying it on Blu-ray cuz that's what I do with all like shows or movies that I love. I try to buy it on hard copy just cuz I don't I mean, I like streaming and watching things online, but I feel like at any time they can just take it down and then you don't have it. I gotta like find some website that is sketchy to fucking watch things I love. I don't like that. I just buy things on disc. But anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. Give a thumbs up. Follow us on our channels, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.